I welcome you to my class of biology this evening. With me here, your teacher, Mr. A plus. Okay, so quickly let us go through the points that I've prepared for you under a topic called genetics. Okay, so the subtopic for today is variation in plants and animal species. Then genetics, what is it? Genetics is the study of the mechanism involved in the control, transmission, expression of all inherited characteristics. That is genetics. Okay. So now, to better understand inheritance and variation, we need to understand the language of genetics. Language of genetics. What do I mean? The terminologies that are involved in genetics. We need to understand them very well. Okay. So quickly, let me run you through because I've prepared them for you. Okay. So now genetics terms. The first one is gene. Gene is found in genetics. In fact, the word genetics itself comes from the word gene. So a small portion of DNA coding for a particular characteristics is called a gene. Okay. Just a small portion of DNA for a particular characteristics. And that is coding for a particular characteristics. You know, DNA, if you have been following me, when we are looking at cell division, DNA, this is deoxyribonucleic acid, which is actually works in collaboration with chromosomes, consists of chromosomes in particular. Okay, so now the other term that we can talk about under genetics is alleles. What is alleles? Alleles, different forms of a gene which occur at the same locus or position on the homologous chromosomes. Okay, that is alleles. So alleles, we are talking about the gene. Now these are in different forms. Okay, then we go to genotype. Genotype, the composition, genetic composition, makeup of an organism. That is genotype. Genetic composition. Okay, of an organism. Then phenotype. What is phenotype? Phenotype, this is the physical appearance of an organism determined by the genotype. The genotype, ed tall short. So if, for example, that particular organism is tall or short, that is phenotype. Okay, that is biological. Then homologous. What is homologous? Homologous, homozygous. Homozygous, these are genes, homozygous genes. Two identical alleles for a particular characteristics. Two identical alleles for a particular characteristics. Okay, for example, we have TT or TT. We have capital letters and small letters. So the difference which is there is that the capital letters, that is the one now which is expressed outward. There's the thing that you are able to see about me. For example, when you are talking about the same toe, the tallness that I have, the one that you are able to see, that is capital letter. Then the one that you are unable to see, which is inside me, maybe I'm even taller than the way I am looking. Now, the one which is inside me is represented by small letters, TT, and this is homozygous. Okay, we are saying them, they are two identical. So if you can see, we have two pairs, two identical capital letters alone. Then here we have small letters alone, TT, TT. Then heterozygous. What about heterozygous? Heterozygous, two identical alleles. So just the opposite of homozygous. So here, two identical alleles for a particular characteristics. So this time around, you are going to have the capital letter T, the small letter t. Okay, that is the example which we are given here. Okay, then apart from that, we also have dominant allele. So what is it, dominant allele? These are some of the terminologies, as I said in my preamble, that you need to understand very well for you to understand this topic as well, which is called genetics. Okay, so pay attention and understand what I'm trying to explain to you. So we are on dominant allele. An allele that is expressed, shown in the phenotype when found in the heterozygous TT and the homozygous TT. That is the dominant allele. So dominant allele is the one now that is able to be seen or to be shown outside. Okay. So for example, when you have the capital letter T, that is in heterozygous, then small letter t. So the one which is seen outside is the capital letter T, and that one is called the dominant allele. Okay, that is the example we have here. Or where in homozygous conditions, this is where now we are going to have only the dominant alleles, T, T. Okay, that is purely tone now. Okay, then from there, we can look at the recessive allele. Recessive allele, this is now, that is masked, not shown up. Okay, so recessive allele, this one is the opposite of dominant allele because this one is not shown up. Okay, so for example, when we get TT, since the example that we are giving here, we are talking about to. So when we have the capital letter T, then there is also small letter t. So that small letter t is the recessive allele. Why? Because it is not shown. Just like I was explaining on heterozygous. Okay. So that gene, you are not able to see my tallness. For example, I'm tall. I'm taller than the way I'm looking. Now that gene is hidden, is blocked. Okay. So that same gene is the one which is called, or allele. It's the one which is called recessive what? Allele or recessive gene. It is just one and the same. Okay, then from there we can also talk about monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross. So the word mono comes from the word one. Don't get confused there. Mono is one. So monohybrid cross, this is only one characteristics or trait is being shown in the genetic what? Cross. Only one characteristic is being shown. For example, if it is TTT, there is only TT purely. So that one is called monohybrid cross, because there is only one characteristics which is being shown. Then apart from that, you can also look at this terminology called complete dominance. Complete dominance, what is it? Complete dominance, a genetic cross where the dominant allele must blocks the expression of the recessive allele in the heterozygous condition. Okay, so this is complete dominance. You would find that now the recessive allele are being masked, okay, by the dominance one. Okay, then in complete dominance, this is a genetic cross between two phenotypically different parents, produces offspring different from both parents but with an intermediate phenotype. Okay, this is a situation now where these two parents, different parents, produces offspring from different what? Parents, but with an intermediate phenotype. That is incomplete dominance. Okay, so thank you so very much for following me step by step. But what I can let you know is that we still have more terminologies that we need to look at before we come to variation in plants and animal species. So in the next lesson, we are going to look at the remaining 5 terminologies. Okay, because as I said in the first place, you need to understand all the terminologies for you to again understand the topic called genetics. Thank you so very much once again. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Pedagogy Academy. Those of you who are visiting my YouTube channel for the first time. Then the other thing, I'm also found on a Facebook page. Okay, there it is Mr. A Plus Online Lessons. Then you can also go to TikTok. There you follow me for more educative videos. Thank you so very much, my learners. I salute you.